Two tax titans, H&R Block and Jackson Hewitt, face off in the ultimate showdown. Which one really delivers? On the left, H&R Block, America's tax help leader with expansive support. On the right, Jackson Hewitt, affordable, flat-rate tax prep with no surprises. Let's skip the buzzwords and get to the real facts. Each category earns points, and at the end, you'll see exactly who comes out on top. The result might not be what you expect. Okay, before we get deep, here's our map for today. We'll be comparing these two on price, locations and accessibility, software ease of use, features and guarantees, and finally, supported situations, like can it handle your side hustle or weird rental property? Everything's on the table. Ready? First up, let's talk about price, the thing we always care about, right? So with H&R Block, there's actually a free tier that honestly covers both federal and state for simple returns. That's a huge win for a lot of people. And there aren't any weird income restrictions. Now, if you've got a complicated situation, those prices do go up. And in-person service can start at like $85 and up. You kind of pay for that big brand, you know? Now, Jackson Hewitt. Dude, this is wild. It's just a flat $25 for online DIY. All forms, all states, no sneaky upsells. Even their in-person help is often cheaper than others in the game. But, small heads up, there's no totally free option online. Plus, you won't get every possible form if you need something really niche. So, for straightforward returns and cash savers, Jackson Hewitt seriously dominates the price category. Now, where can you actually go if you need help? H&R Block is kinda everywhere. No, like actually. They've got over 12,000 locations worldwide and 9,000 in the US alone. If you want to walk in, drop off, or do the whole thing virtually with a tax pro, they cover you. Of course, you might be paying a bit more for access to all that, but it's hard to beat. On the flip side, Jackson Hewitt also has offices around the country. And, cool touch, they've got loads of them right inside Walmart stores for convenience. Yet, compared to H&R Block, it's way fewer offices. And if you really want online pro help, that's not a thing here. So, if you want it easy to get face-to-face or remote help, H&R Block clearly takes the win for accessibility. All right, next up, what's it like actually using these online tools? H&R Block software lets you glide through with a guided interface, covers pretty much all tax situations, even the stressful ones like investor stuff or side hustles. And you get a virtual assistant and live chat if you're paying for certain tiers. But yeah, some of the cooler stuff is locked behind upgrades, and those upgrades can get a little pricey. Jackson Hewitt keeps it super simple. One flat fee no matter how messy your return gets, and live chat comes with. It just feels straightforward. However, their online software doesn't cover all forms, so if you're filing for like rental income in 3 states, you might hit a wall. Also, you can't import your stuff from other platforms, which is kind of meh. So honestly, they both have their strengths and quirks, but it's pretty much a tie in this category. Oh, and here's something cool. H&R Block was actually founded back in 1955. And get this, they help over 20 million clients around the world every single year. That's not just a fun fact, that's some serious legacy. So what kind of guarantees are we actually getting here? H&R Block throws out a maximum refund guarantee, claims no surprise fees, what you see is what you pay, and there's accuracy and audit support along the way. But heads up, that refund advance loan isn't for everyone. Now, Jackson Hewitt, same vibe. Maximum refund, accuracy guarantees, you get year-round access, and their audit help is free. Yep, free. Okay, maybe their audit support isn't as deep if you get super complex, but honestly, most people won't notice. Long story short, both seriously protect you and your refund. So this category's another tie. Last one. Can it handle all your weird tax situations? H&R Block totally wins here. No contest. They support pretty much anything. Self-employed, investments, multi-state returns, rental income, and whenever you get stuck, you can just snag pro help online. Of course, costs go up if you're living that complicated life. With Jackson Hewitt, it's fantastic for standard stuff or if you're running a small business with simple needs. But if you're hoping to file for something out of the box, there are fewer niche options here. So, for flexibility and robustness, H&R Block comes out on top. Let's zoom out for a sec and see how each stacks up visually. You can see Jackson Hewitt really spikes in price. Like, that's its superpower. But H&R Block leads big time in locations and flexibility. Software and features both look pretty balanced. makes picking a winner for each category a lot more fun. All right, bottom line. If you're chasing the lowest possible DIY price or just want some affordable in-person help for a simple tax return, Jackson Hewitt is your go-to. But if you expect life and taxes to get complicated, need lots of support, or want the biggest network of offices and flexibility, H&R Block is honestly the smarter choice. Was this helpful? If so, don't forget to share or save it for tax time. And hey, check out each provider's website for the most up-to-date offers and to see who really fits your needs.